All right, I want to show you a quick tip on how I would do the trim for the top of this. All right, so it's really easy to do. First of all, what you got to do is you got to find some trim profiles on the internet. All right, so I have put my 3D cursor right around the point that I want to start this at. Let me look from front view for my particular room, and I'm going to bring in a reference image, which is going to be the trim. I'm going to bring this one in. Okay, so there it is. You find one that you like. Let's say this one. I'm going to move this down to about here. Okay, so there's my empty. I'm going to hide the, sorry, I'm going to make it non-selectable. I'm going to bring in a plane and go into edit mode, M, merge center. So I have one point right there. I'm going to press G and I'll bring it down to there. Zoom right in, and I'm going to press E to extrude and drag it over. E, I'm just going to trace the profile of this. I think for this part I'm just going to come up straight. It's pretty small, so not to worry. And then I'm going to do this curve, E and G. And there's different ways of bringing points out. I'm just really comfortable with this one. It's E and G. I'll come out to there, let's say, and then I'll come across straight. I'll go up straight, and you get the drill. Come up to here, come back in the X direction around there. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to grab these 2 points, F to make a face, so with selected SX0. There, back into object mode. I'm done with the empty. Okay, that's too big, so I'm going to scale it down, get the approximate size, and sort of position it where I would roughly want it to be. Let's say I was somewhat happy with that. Okay, so I've got my profile there. Next step, go into your wall, go into edit mode, and edge selection, select all the parts of your wall, the top edge there. Now mine's a little bit weird here because when I shift select that, it goes back. That's okay, I'm going to fix that up. I'm just going to keep coming along here. I'll get the back part again there, all the way around. Doesn't matter how complicated your room is. Okay, so I've got all that. I am going to shift D, P to break it out. I'm going to take that and I'm going to click on the profile there that I just created and isolate them using the slash key. So I just want to have focus on that. Now I'm going to select this and I'm going to go back in, press 1 for vertex, and see this vertex is not connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here at the back and I am going to snap it to this one. Okay, and in wireframe I'm going to select them both and M, merge at center. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to snap it to this one, select them, M, merge at center, and turn off snapping. Now I've got all these extra vertices here for where I cut. I don't need them, so I'm just going to go around and delete them. All these ones that aren't part of nearly anything that I need for what I'm doing. All those X dissolve vertices, not delete them, but dissolve them. Okay, so I've got this. Let me look from the front, zoom in, and just have a look at this thing. Maybe I can position it a little bit better. That's fine. I'm going to actually set the 3D cursor. I'm going to shift S cursor to select it, set the 3D cursor right to that point. Okay, so here's what we do. We take this piece, which is just a mesh or points, and I'm going to convert that to a curve. I'll call this trim curve. Take this piece, which is the outline of your wall, and I'm going to convert that to a curve as well. And I'm going to call this, where did that go? It's up in here. I better find that. There it is. Oh, there's my kids. I'm going to bring it down there. And I call this wall curve. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's a curve, and that's a curve. Okay, so here's the magic. Select your wall curve, go to the curve properties, scroll down to where it says bevel, choose object, and for your object, select this. Now, it's done something, but it's in the wrong orientation. Select your trim piece, RX90, try that. Okay, that's close. Let's try RX minus 90. Ah, it's looking better. Let's go back into solid view. And I have a piece of trim all the way around. Let's see if I can zoom in on that point. Okay, all the way around here. And then you can do whatever manipulations you want at that point. You can convert this to a mesh if you want. So if I press the slash key to come back, all right, there's my trim all the way around the room. Just come into your curve, select it all, look from, say, the front, GZ, and move it down. There's the top. Okay, so you can do all of that kind of stuff. You can select this and make it smaller. All right, you can still edit this if you need to, is all I'm saying. And it'll be reflected all throughout the wall trim. Okay, so that has done the job for me all the way around my wall. And if I convert this into a mesh, then I can add bevel, and I can use normals, you know, auto smooth, and all of that stuff. Okay, so you can do that for the top, and you can also do that for the bottom. And if you have an opening, just cut it where you need to.